Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this, your Scorpio January 2023 reading and forecast. Hi, I'm Nigel Saint James, clairvoyant. And if you might be interested to see what's involved in having a one-on-one clairvoyant reading with me from anywhere in the world, just check out the description below. Now, as the subscribers know, there are no video advertisements breaking into this content, so you get to enjoy the experience uninterrupted. And incidentally, if you haven't yet seen your annual reading for 2023, just go to the playlist, and amazingly enough, it's called 2023 Annual Readings, and just pull out Scorpio, and why don't you have a look at your moon and rising while you're there. Anyway, let's take 5 cards now, because as the subscribers know, 5 is all we need, because they speak to us and they provide us with a lot of information. So let's get it underway, shall we? There is the Ace of Gourds. Now, this is a sub-Saharan African deck, so the 5 of Blades. So you will appreciate the Hermit, the sub-Saharan African imagery in this. Pretty well all sub-Saharan African, I would say. And, well, so far it is, that's for sure. Let's have a look here. There is Little Blade, or Little Blade, as it's referred to there. We'll get into the meanings of the energies in just a second. Finally, what do we have here for you? Let's pull this one off here, whatever it may be. And there's Mama Coin. Well, as is our usual practice, why don't you come and sit down here next to me? We'll have a good close look at the imagery on these cards together while I do the reading for you. Let's deal with the major arcana that's in the middle here, and it is the Hermit. Now, gee, what's going on with you at this time of year? I think what's happening is that there is a restlessness or an inner calling with you that motivates you to withdraw from the outer world, or just seek some private time to just muse upon things, or have a bit of a think about things, a bit of looking inside yourself. Or it could be a desire to physically take a journey to explore the deeper meaning of your life. And sometimes your destiny puts you in a place where you are forced to find a deeper understanding of what true inner happiness means to you. This is January. It's the time of year when a lot of resolutions and a lot of decisions are made, isn't it, you know? So I think this is a time when you are really searching for answers, and this guy is the one who steps out of the darkness and shows you the way. Now, his number is 9, and that is the number of completion. It might mean something to you. Breakthrough, or initiation, starting something. He is the inner guiding light within you. He's the way shower who brings wisdom. Now, when you are seeking guidance, healing, or understanding, he represents the wise one or guide, helping you along your journey to recognize the deeper value of life. Now, the Hermit represents guidance through dreams, visions, archetypes. Angels come along and whisper into your ear. So do your spiritual guides. Now, in fables and myths, myths doesn't mean something that's not true. A myth is just a way of taking something that's abstract or tangible and putting it in terms that makes that abstract thing understandable to ordinary people. So myths represent truth. They're not wrong or stupid or anything like that. And there are countless stories of the hero or the heroine on their quest, meeting up with the hermit, who ends up being their greatest teacher, guiding them on the path to enlightenment and the true meaning of life. Now, the lessons that he brings to you is the light of love, the appreciation of simplicity, of self-respect, and freedom from the material world. He teaches wisdom from the heart. Now, though our paths and quests may seem very different, our destination to the heart is actually the same. It's all the same. Now, this journey must be taken alone, though, to truly understand self-love and living it. The outside world is a great teacher, stretching your consciousness and bringing you to the feet of the hermit, who then shines his light into your heart. Now, in the end of all journeys, you must always return to yourself, for truly that is where your answers always lie. Now, that might sound easy, but doing the work can be a treasure hunt, and many times we can still end up in the dark. Now, the hermit guides you through prayer, introspection, and solitude, and through these practices, you can open the heart and get in touch with your soul's self and purpose. This understanding quiets the restlessness inside, and his constant light shining on you shows you that life is always cyclic, and there will be times when the light seems dimmer and when it shines brighter. He brings a time for review and introspection, and it's unsurprising that he's here at this time of the year, and the opportunity to develop your inner wisdom by seeking guidance, maybe from someone else. This indicates a withdrawal from active life, some sort of, maybe even just taking a sick day or something like that. But there is some sort of a need to be alone, to realign with your inner self, to discover yourself and how your beliefs are reflected in the outer world. And this also signals, this energy, a time to enjoy and appreciate the simple joys in life that are free. Let's have a look next at this very interesting card. The Ace of Gourds, which is one of those things, I suppose, which is a vessel for holding water, mainly on the African continent. Now, this symbolizes the powerful gift of pure love that's with you at this time. It is the holy grail within you, receiving divine love that awakens and opens the heart chakra, bringing joy and blessings of renewal and peace. It's a time also when you may have a new romance come into your life and the deepening of an existing relationship. There could be a birth that you hear of, or a pregnancy as well. But this energy here fills your heart with cosmic love that cascades with healing and transformation, bringing deep self-love, motivating you to share your abundant love with other people. Now, the trick to this energy is to live your life from a place of love and compassion. The gift of this card is receiving love that expands into inner and outer harmony. Look, this embodies the many experiences that touch and move the heart. It symbolizes deep, loving relationships you share with a partner, family, friends, the earth, with animals, pets, and life itself. It expresses loving with wisdom, unconditional love, and compassion for humanity, bringing awareness to your spiritual love in union with the divine. Now, the cup of unconditional love is being offered to you. Will you drink from it? This ace brings the opportunity to learn and live the gifts of love, compassion, intuition, deep spirituality, healing, and hope. It symbolizes new beginnings, happiness, optimism, and fulfillment. These are going to just rain upon you at this time, and probably for the year ahead. It brings a new loving relationship or a deepening love to an existing relationship. And it also, as I say, it's a very fertile energy. So you might be very fertile and fall pregnant, or you might hear of the pregnancy. It brings emotional breakthroughs in life that expand spiritual responsibility. Now, this also can bring you self-love. It asks you to listen, open and trust your heart, to follow what your heart seeks. This ace brings the opportunity to channel the universal love of peace and joy into your life. If you could bottle the heightened feelings of the first moments of falling in love, it would be called the Ace of Cups. Now, let's have a look and see what else there is here. We did that. Oh, this has got a strange vibe to it, this card. Why is that so? It's got a vibe to it that I think something needs to be cleared away. Something needs to be cleared from you. And this is the time of year to do it. First of all, why am I getting that? Well, I won't call it a bad feeling. It's just unsettling me. And it is because it is Venus ruling the first decan of Aquarius, 22nd to the 29th of January. Well, Venus rules two signs, doesn't it? It rules Taurus and it rules Libra. But because of the very earthy nature of this African imagery here, I'm going to assign Venus to Taurus. And Taurus is an earth sign. But here we have Venus coming into and ruling an air sign of Aquarius. See, Aquarius is an air sign, of course. It's not a water sign, as a lot of people think, because it's got that person with a jug. Anyway, Venus and Aquarius are at odds with one another. Venus is a lover and not a fighter, whereas Aquarius is actually something of a rebel, which is ruled by Uranus. And Aquarius is a fighter, usually for causes. So the individualistic, dispassionate nature of Aquarius clashes with Venus, the planet of love and relationship. So there is, I think, around you here, a fear of painful situations or experiences, and maybe things which have actually happened to you before. This is the time of year, you see, when you can often regurgitate events or situations or people from the past where you were involved in things where maybe you didn't stand up for yourself, where someone was selfish, where they caused trouble for you. And there is a fear with you at the moment that needs to be taken care of. You see, when this card appears, as it does here, next to the Hermit, and across from this ace on this line, I just have the intuition here that you really need to take a deep breath and prepare yourself. Now, this Five of Blades signals the power struggle between the ego and the heart. And you know, defeat on both sides might be occurring. You might find that communication with others might be poor, resulting in conflicts. Relationships could hit some rocky shores. And there could be problems with relationships. You might be feeling victimized, probably from the past is what I'm getting, where you felt helpless. And in a sense, what you do is you not only do you bring them up yourself, but you kind of project those feelings onto somebody else. Well, this calls for a reconnection to your higher values and morals of soul self, repairing the bridge between the mind and taming the ego. It's time to take the steps to begin shifting and cleansing negative energies, opening yourself to healing by looking deeply at who you really are and who you are not. You are constantly creating and recreating your karma. Now, the key to this Five of Swords is to step back from what it is that is troubling you, to quiet yourself and to become aware of your present reality, to become aware of the now. View it without judgment and align with the values of your higher self. Forgive yourself and others. The gift of the Five of Swords is the strength to, well, the Five of Blades in this case, is to move away from conditioned negative thinking and feelings that don't support you, opening you to the freedom and peace of mind in your heart. Now, I've said that forgiving others is important, even though they have caused you tears. You know, the tears you shed, they water the gardens of your heart. I know how difficult it is to forgive people myself. We all do. And it's difficult to do. It's very, very difficult to do. Well, I'm going to share with you a way to look at it where I think that you will free yourself. And it's talking about forgiveness of events, people, or situations from your past, which I think are weighing on you. And it is that forgiveness is giving up the hope that the past could be any different. Now, I know that you may think that forgiveness means accepting what has happened to you. Well, that isn't the case at all. Rather, it is accepting that it has happened to you. Not accepting that it was okay for it to happen. It is accepting that it has happened, and now, what do I do about it? You see the point that I'm making? It's saying that you're not saying that it should have happened, that you don't need to accept that it happened, but you don't need to accept what did happen, but what you need to accept is that it has happened. It's now in the past. It's in a cemetery. It's buried. It's gone forever. See, forgiving is giving up the hope, not holding on to the hoping and wishing that it could have been any other way than it actually was. Giving up the hope that the past could be any different. And when you get that, it will take you to the next level of being a more complete person, because you don't hold grudges for anything or any situation or anyone. And when you let go, the past does not hold you in a prison cell or hold you hostage to life. And you should also forgive yourself in this context, because despite what you may believe, you can disappoint people and still be good enough. You can make mistakes and still be capable and talented. You can let people down and still be worthwhile and deserving of love. Now, everybody has disappointed someone they care about. Everyone messes up, lets people down, makes mistakes, not because we are inadequate or fundamentally stupid, but because we are imperfect and fundamentally human, and expecting anything different is just setting yourself up for failure, because nobody is perfect. Well, having said that, let's now look at this card down, and then we'll do this lady last, and we'll look at this gentleman here, who is it a gentleman? No, it's a lady. Okay. Little Blade. Now, she says that you are going to be intelligent, fearless, and courageous. Now, she stands before the unknown future, looking at it straight in the eye. Her energetic spirit is ready to test and develop her intellectual skills out in the world of opportunity and challenges. Now, the brilliant and observant young woman here is curious about the world and how it works, and she will use her good mind of reason and logic, as you will do, to analyze and scrutinize every situation. You will be determined, motivated, and ready to take action to integrate your ideas into the world of manifestation. Now, she and you will be an original thinker who believes in yourself and is not concerned with other people's opinions. You will fight and take risks for what you believe in. Your gift of keen perception will enable you to view, problematic situations and challenges from a wider perspective. She is saying that your task is to remain true to yourself. while experiencing and dealing with the events of life. Now, your brilliant mind could get distracted and scrambled if you allow yourself to fall from your true path. You need to remember you are a student of life, living in the classroom of the world, developing and integrating your intellect, maturity, and purpose. Now, I think what's going to happen is that she is going to bring you news, messages of news, gossip, new ideas, unexpected information is coming out. I think you might find out a few secrets here. Certainly there's some surprises around you. She is presenting you with, I think, new acquaintances, and possibly she's saying, here's some travel coming up for you. Now, a new endeavor or project might present itself to you as well. Her energy can quickly change anticipated plans, so bear in mind that you might quickly decide, we're not going to do this, we're going to do that instead. But this indicates a time when you need to communicate clearly, though. You need to make your ideas tangible. And anything involving the signing of contracts or important documents should be sorted and checked out by an attorney. Yeah, I'm getting secrets being revealed around here. And she is adamant that you find your true self and live by it. She brings challenges that create an opportunity for healing and for growth. And finally, we come to this lady here, who is whom? Mama Coin. Okay, Mama Coin, what do you do? Well, she manifests material and spiritual wealth. She knows the key to prosperity and health is through love and trust, self-love and self-trust working together with respect also for the land and all of its inhabitants and creatures. Now, she cares more for the world of nature than for physical possessions. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that is the case with you, because this could also be somebody else that you know, and that person is liable to be either could be a Capricorn or a Sagittarius is what I'm getting. Now, what she also talks about is that her path has taught her that love and compassion and understanding with connection to nature do bring you well-being. And generosity, honesty, passion, and fertility are aspects of the Queen. We were talking about fertility before, weren't we? Gee, if you don't want to get pregnant, then you know what to do. So, now, she also symbolizes, I think, the physical divine, the divine in nature. And the Queen of this woman could be like the Queen in the ordinary decks, but Mama here is mother, wife, sibling, lover, or friend, and is steadfast, compassionate, and caring for the land and for people around her. Now, through her love and her nurturing and devotion, she can bring life, beauty, and healing to any barren situations. The other thing is that court cards are not limited by gender, so it could be male that's here as well. Now, when she arrives in your life, as she has done now, she brings to you her gifts of abundance and material gain. She helps raise your self-esteem by reconnecting to the soul self, and she signals the start of a creative period to develop and explore projects or ideas. Yeah, I can't get away from it. She symbolizes, I think, pregnancy and motherhood. New relationships could well unfold, or an existing one could become more intimate and sensual. In fact, I'll go so far as to say that you will be actually very lusty and sexy at this period, and you'll have lots of opportunities in which to make use of that lust and sexiness. Even if it's only in your fantasy life, if you're not partnered, and that's fine, of course. Now, what she also signals, I think, is the start of a creative period to develop and explore projects or ideas. Now, she's very good around the home and family. New relationships are going to unfold. Existing ones could become more intimate and sensual. Community could be important. You are inspired to create a peaceful, nourishing and comforting environment. Now, she inspires you to work on your inner garden, to do some weeding of the mental garden as well, and to weed out what is not supporting you, and love and nurture the things that bring you true inner happiness. Don't mess around with things that have outlived their usefulness to you. This could also be the time of turning over relationships, if you know what I mean by that. I think she brings you comfort and healing. She encourages you to spend time in nature by reconnecting with its energy and cycles. And she tells you to quiet your mind and learn to love yourself and your life. Then realize the vast opportunities that are available to you. She brings you the awareness of how magical life can be when you are in sync with the energies of the earth, as well as recognizing the divine essence that life holds. Well, what a particularly fascinating and great spread for you. Well done, you.
Well, if you're like me, I think you will find the imagery on these cards striking and captivating. Now, I know that this is going to be a good month for you, so well done and all the best to you for 2023. Now, remember this until I see you next time, and it is this, that you are a legend, and I look forward to seeing you again next month. And until then, it's bye for now.